What's up, boys? So, today I wanted to go over towards what I'll be doing within the next couple of days, and then from then onwards, from what I'll be doing for the next coming months, even. And it all came to a conclusion that, after 14 years, I should do something about it. And it came to a conclusion with the 4 months of the self-improvement that I've been trying to doing, the absolute hard work that I've been pulling off ever since the first day of 2022, and including the 6 months of me being with my counselor, that it all came to a conclusion that my counselor is right. I really do need to get the fuck out of the house. And this is especially true if I ever want to meet Clarissa ever again. And it's funny to say that, oh, it's plain obvious that I should have gone out if I ever want to see my best friend out there. But, like, when it comes to a lesser degenerate such as myself, especially, a person who only knew about the experiences that he only knew, and nothing more and nothing else, and it is what it is towards that person, and towards the experience that I've been with, especially with the way on how I've been in school and it's been 8 months before I make some sort of friend, and then within those 8 months he fucks off, and you know why? It's because either it's because of school and it wasn't for him, or the parents decided it wasn't for him, or it could be some bullshit with like maybe it's next year. And then all of a sudden, the friend that I used to be from last year, well, he's no longer my friend. You know why? Because we either went into classes, or it's like we already knew what the fuck we were talking about and are no longer were friends, but we're like, we get to hang out here and there if we want to. And I thought, fuck you, man. You're not even my real friend anymore. And I've been like this ever since I was fucking 4 years old, man. And it sucks. Like, I remember, but, well, I don't really remember, but I specifically remember ever since, basically put, almost ever since I was born. Whenever I was around 4 years old, ever since I started off in kindergarten, man. Ever since I started off in fucking kindergarten, I've had this problem. And, you know, as time went on, I thought my life was a lot more staler and staler, to a point where I even had myself an existential thought by the time I was around 8 years old. Excuse me, I got fucked up over there with the wordings I wanted to say. But yeah, when I was around 8 years old, I wasn't suicidal or anything, but I questioned to God Himself, why do I exist? Why am I here? Why do I even fucking belong here? And long and behold, around like a few weeks later, or even a few days later, something changed my life, and that girl was Clarissa. And I still remembered when she gave me the hairbands. I still remembered the bonds and the memories that we had together, and I especially remember to how she was such a best friend to me, that she was like a sister to me. She was family to me. And unfortunately for me, and unfortunately especially for Clarissa, we were separated from school. I had to go to a boys' school. She had to go to a girls' school. It is what it is, and it was beyond St. Paul's Bay's control. And I remember that we also used to be at our church both together. And the last time I think I ever got to see her was on June 15th, 2008. And 3 weeks after I went to Imjar for year 7, there was one time I even got pissed off at Clarissa, because how could she have betrayed me like this? How could she have done this to me when we've been through together? And I remembered one moment when she said, in case we never meet ever again, and then she gave me the hairbands. And it clicked to me in my head that it wasn't even her own fault. And I still remember to that time when I was around, let's say, 11 or so, right? Or 10. And I got down to my knees and I fucking sobbed. I held my arm like this. I yelled out Clarissa to the top of my lungs. And I cried for fucking 35 minutes straight. So basically the entire recess and 5 minutes afterwards, and of course, like, um, the teachers came over trying to support me the best I could, but fuck, man, the trauma that I've been through, it was rough. And I've been like this ever since before and after the events of Clarissa. 4 years old, 5 years old, I've always had the same temporary friends in school, and, there's been times where I even bothered, why fucking bother having a friend? And then it was after Clarissa, and then because I got so introverted and because I got so shy, to a point where I didn't even knew how the fuck conversations even considered to work, I got fucked over, and like, no wonder why I don't even have any friends. It's because I don't even know how friends even truly work. I never truly even. Whenever Clarissa had left with the separation, we never even probably got to say goodbye, and this is especially the reason for why I've been chasing her tail over and over and over again. It's because I miss her. I fucking miss her, and there's been fucking times where I wanted to let go of her, and I just can't. I just can't. It's too engraved within my head. And trust me when I say that I want the saga to rest, but I just can't. There's even been times where I've been suicidal for 6 times, and I've had 8 years about depression, and thank fuck I didn't do not one of them. Because if I had done it, then what would happen if somehow Clarissa happens to find out that I'm dead and she happens to see my corpse? Imagine how unfair it would be on her. So fuck that as well. I never wanted to do anything bad, anything bad towards myself. Because all I really gave a fuck was her. And even to this day, I only give a fuck about her. Alright, fine. There's been times where I've just been myself to just get the day over and done with, but at the end of the day, man, I fucking miss her like a sister. I really do. And after basically 14 years of me being antisocial and me feeling like I feel like Clarissa should come to me rather than I should come to Clarissa. After 14 years of finally realizing towards what I should be doing, I'm gonna see what I can be doing in the next couple of months. And I should start off with what I'd be planning to do. So, first and foremost, I need to get out of the house, and my counselor's right. Second to do is, how do I get out of the house? And the idea is, I finally can say to just go outside, but I feel like there isn't really a purpose other than to just go outside, Especially because I don't even know how the fuck conversations work properly. And so what I would decide to do to try and fix this is to just go to a youth center. Go to some sort of social club. I don't give a fuck what it is. It could be even something that I consider not liking, and I'll still try and fucking do it, But I need to get out of there, and I need to practice the idea to socialize. And that is the key fucking part towards the main problem that I keep having over and over. And I've had this problem not just for 14 years, but I would even consider for 2 decades. I'm 24, and I've had this problem ever since I even was considered to be in kindergarten. 4 years old, in my corner, introverted. I was just happy being myself, and I never truly understood the connection of what it means to have a best friend. And holy shit, do I fucking yearn, do I fucking plead even for a best friend. Not once that I truly had one. Alright, fine, I have a best friend on the internet, but is there really a physical connection To some extent, yes, but can I get a hug from them? No, just a virtual one. I'm gonna see what I can do in order to get Clarissa back. And there will be times, for sure, for fucking sure, that I'm gonna cry. And you know what? Who gives a fuck? Because this is a battle that I've been going on for the past 14 years. And I'll be honest with myself, for the past even 12 years. Well, admittedly, even 13 years. I really didn't do jack shit. And it's all because I didn't even fucking knew how properly. Like, do I get to talk to someone? Maybe, who knows, maybe I need to go and perhaps go to a police officer and see, like, maybe they know anything about Clarissa. Like, I don't fucking know anything. But I really, really do miss her. I really do fucking miss her, man. And not only do I need to prepare in finding Clarissa, I also need to prepare for in case of what could be the worst to come, which is whenever I did absolutely everything that I could and I still failed. And for fucking sure, man, I am going to be crying my heart, my lungs, my fucking eyes out. And I'll be sad for a good 2 weeks, even 8 weeks, if I want to be honest with myself. And I'll be it. I'll be the complete end of the Clarissa saga. I would have done everything I could, and she's not there, and I did everything, and there's nothing else I can do. But I don't know that just yet. And you know what? It's the most willing challenge that I can ever take. You know, I had my 14 years of loss. For all I know, the person watching me right now can relate. Or even had it worse than me, for all I know. The person watching me right now had it for 15 years of finding a best friend. Or even 20. Or even, for all the fuck I know, 30. But then there's some people out there that can relate because they've had it for 8 years instead. Or 6. Or fuck, for all I know, 4 years or 3 years or 2 years. Or even 8 months or 6 months or 4 months. And it's a battle of life that we all collectively go through as people, as humans. And to some extent, even animals even go through that type of bullshit too. Because at the end of the day, they have feelings too. If there's something that's telling you to just go out there and find your best friend or find that family member, you do yourself a fucking favor and you fucking do it. Because if you don't do it, no one else is going to do it. And that was the hardest lesson I can ever take for the past 14 years. If I'm not gonna do anything to try and find Clarissa, no one is even gonna consider giving a fuck about Clarissa. So, I have to take my own manners. I have to take my own responsibility as even a brother figure back to Clarissa, that I will do everything in my power to try and find her again. No matter what. And it'll be over until I say it's officially over. I'll come back with another video. Maybe I'll be in a better state. Maybe I'll be in the same state that I am. I'll see you all whenever, guys. Ciao for now.